Welcome to Bill Dance Saltwater. Great fun fishing that anyone can do. Yes, you can do this. Hello again, everybody. Today, we're riding the waves of the Gulf of Mexico aboard a 62-foot charter boat, the Annie Girl, with Captain Mike Rowell at the helm. We are in for another tremendous fishing trip, just a few short miles off the Alabama coast. It's here where man-made artificial reefs have been placed to attract all kinds of reef fish. Triggerfish, amberjack, red snapper, vermilion snapper are just some of the species that are thriving thanks to these perfectly placed structures. The Alabama Artificial Reef Program, considered by many to be the largest in the world, now covers more than 1,100 square miles of water bottom in the Gulf. Located near 30 degrees north and 87 degrees west, where the weather's almost always perfect, you can find the Annie Girl, just waiting for you at Zeke's Landing Marina, which is right in the heart of Lower Alabama and the beautiful city of Orange Beach. Today, Bill Dance is dedicating this show to Mike Rowell's son, Philip, also known as Big Phil. Big Phil, he was full of life, a great outdoorsman, and is missed dearly by his family and friends. Let's hop on the Annie Girl and see what these boys can bring in.
Does the vermilion snapper, do they have the same types of season as the red snapper, or is there just an open season?
It's open all year right now. It's very resilient fishery. They're not being overfished at this time, and it's open year round.
Well, what are some other names for the snapper, the vermilion snapper?
Vermilion snapper, they're also called beeliner, mangoes, BBs. They have a lot of different slang names for them.
So is there a limit on this particular?
Yeah, but it's 10 per person.
10 per person.
Yeah, so it's a liberal limit for sure.
Oh, absolutely. So we're going to start out today fishing for this vermilion snapper.
Yeah.
Is there a certain type bait we use? Is it live bait or?
No, just cut bait. Squid is the #1 choice of bait.
Is there a certain depth of a fish? Are they suspended, or do they relate to the bottom? Or?
Well, we're going to be in about 100 to 150 feet of water, but you can catch vermilion snapper in shallow as maybe 60 feet up to 300 feet. They're everywhere.
They occupy that much water space.
Yes, you can catch them just about anywhere.
So people that come to visit and come to fish with you, that's their #1 fish. That's the #1 fish that you like to target, or they like to fish for.
That is one of the.
And not only that, when you're fishing for the vermilion snapper, there's other fish you catch mixed in with them. I think you said triggerfish.
Triggerfish, yep. And we catch the red snapper and the gray snapper, and
that are mixed in with them. Mm-hmm. And you catch them on light tackle, so you get a good fight out of them.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's tell you what. Let's back the Annie Girl out and give her a shot and see what we can do. I'm looking forward to it. Hallelujah. Come on with him, Mike.
Hi.
How many times have you done that?
3 times.
Huh?
2 or 3 times.
200 or 300.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, what is it?
Looks like
I saw it down there. Look at there, 2 of them.
Vermilion.
Vermilion. That little fat thing.
They're everywhere.
They're everywhere. They're everywhere.
I love them.
That's a whoop. Don't.
He almost got away.
No escapees. No escapees. Look how fat. There's a lot of meat on that thing, isn't it?
Yep.
So these fish are highly attracted to these attractors, right?
Oh, yeah. Yep.
So
If it wasn't for those, if that reef wasn't down there, if that artificial reef was not down there, those fish would not be there. It's just flat bottom.
So they do pay off.
Oh, yeah.
Bill Dance Saltwater is sponsored in part by Bass Pro Shops and Cabela's. Your adventure starts here. Quantum Rods and Reels. Quantum, performance tuned. And by Mercury Marine. Go boldly. Today's conditions log is brought to you by Ego Fishing and their all-new S2 slider landing nets with the most advanced handle extension technology. Take the battle to the water with Ego.
What you got?
I don't know. Feels like a trigger fish. Yep.
Oh, that's a big one.
No trigger. No, he's a nice one, but not quite legal.
Ooh-wee.
Best eating fish in the Gulf.
Whoa, buddy. They are tugging, pulling little rascals, ain't they?
Yeah.
You want to come have some fun? Oh, right here's the place to do it and catch a lot of fish. Contact Mike Rowell right here in Orange Beach, Alabama. He'll put you on them.
What's fun about our bottom fishing here in Orange Beach, you're not just targeting one species.
Boy, I see
Catch
him
trigger
way
fish,
down there.
different varieties of snapper.
That's a good one too.
Come on, baby, yeah. There you go,
That
Bill.
big fat Jesse.
That's a good one. There we go. Awesome.
Look at him. He's ill.
That's a keeper.
See what, he could crush a shell, couldn't he? About a shell and a half, couldn't he?
You know, this bottom out here is pretty flat and barren. We put these artificial reefs out here and it just starts a food chain. There's all kinds of fish on these reefs. Normally we just put one reef to a spot. We use different things.
One would attract a lot of fish.
One, yes.
I'm with Walter Marine, the reef maker, and we're fixing to give you a tour of some of the things we do and deploy around here. These are our larger super reefs. They reach 20 foot tall. We have a 15-foot collegiate pole on top for collegiate fish. These reefs weigh around 33,000 pounds. They are encased with Florida limestone to activate growth, to promote fish. The boat we have set up here has an 85-ton crane on it that we can pick up these reefs, load them onto the boat. We can carry 12 of these at a time, and we can deploy them in up to 200 foot of water. I wanted to show you our 8-foot standard tetrahedron reef. This reef here is designed as a general reef that we place in water up to 200 foot deep. It also has the Florida limestone and the fish inlets in it. If you notice up top here, we have a cutaway panel. That panel is designed for turtle egress and ingress inside these things. This reef right here weighs somewhere around 2,600 pounds and makes one of your best fishing spots. These are the juvenile reefs or the snorkel reefs. If you noticed here, they're actually stackable panels that we put in place here and poured solid. These reefs weigh about 8,000 pounds apiece, and sometimes we put them in singles, doubles, or we can even lift and place 4 of them at a time in a quad pattern on the bottom. They're made for shallower water such as under 30 foot or up to 45 foot. A lot of divers like these reefs because you can get these in shallow waters and offer a diver a good chance to shoot a nice fish off of one of our reefs. Not only do these make great fishing spots, but Walter Marine, the reef maker, strives to make them 100% eco-safe. Each reef is a special formulated concrete, not just regular cement. The rocks are a natural Florida limestone, and everything that we put inside of the reef is either biodegradable or will stand the test of time. These things produce so many fish in our area. I don't know the exact numbers, but I'm thinking somewhere around 80% of the red snapper caught in Alabama is what you would eat on your table or what you would buy, just because of these reefs.
If that artificial reef was not down there, those fish would not be there. Just flat bottom.
So they do pay off.
Oh yeah.
Today's show is brought to you in part by Mako Boats, building legends for over 40 years. Gamakatsu, the world's finest fish hooks. And Bill Dance exclusive rods by Quantum. Today's show is brought to you in part by Pure Marine Odor Eliminator. Eliminates foul fish odors from gear, compartments, and empty live wells. Garmin, bite your fish, not your fish finder. And by Monster Marine Lithium. Lighter, stronger, longer. Today's equipment log is brought to you by Gamakatsu, because the fish of a lifetime only comes once in a lifetime.
What you got?
I think I got me a little red snapper.
What is that? A snapper.
A red snapper.
Look what you have done. You got a red snapper.
That's what everybody's crazy about. But that's not the only snapper that lives out here.
Look how fat that one is.
Yep.
From my understanding, there's more red snapper today than there's ever been.
Yeah.
Is that not true?
It is. You know, the population does go up and down some, but yes, it's a very plentiful fish in our area, and it's spread. The fishery is spreading out. It used to be Pensacola, Orange Beach. We had the majority of the snapper in our area, but as the population has grown, they've moved further east. They're catching them off of the Big Bend area of Florida now, where generally they used to catch a lot of grouper. Now they're having a hard time catching grouper because they got so many snapper.
Talk about the regulations. I think there's 3 different regulations on those. Like, you're a guide. Now, is there a guide regulation?
Yes. Yes, we have state regulations. We have federally permitted vessels like myself regulations. There was a commercial regulations.
Commercial regulations, yeah.
So all 3 sectors have different bag limits, size limits. It's all based on annual catch that they determine that we can catch.
I think you told me the guide days were like 70 something, wasn't it?
Yes, sir. Federally permitted vessels got 73 days this year. The recreational sector, they fish weekends. They're regulated by the state, and they don't think they caught their quota, so they're going to open their season up a little bit longer. It's all based on data. When these waves of data come in, they can adjust.
Who sets these records?
Well, the state manages the state fishery. The feds manage the federal fishery. So it's a little bit of everybody.
So it's a little bit of everybody. But it's still one of the most popular fish in this area, right?
Yes, it is. Yeah, that red snapper is known worldwide.
Let's look back on a trip that we made several years ago when we were catching a vertical fishing off the Annie Girl.
Yeah.
And it was a trip that I treasured, and I'll always remember fishing with you, and it was just right here off the coast of Alabama. And we had let's look at some of that footage right now, because I just flashed back to it because we caught some great big snappers.
Yes, we did. Sure.
Okay, bring him on over, and I'll get him. We got him hooked twice.
Yeah.
I got him.
Right. Look at that.
There he is. Pretty fish.
About a
Here we-
10-pounder.
Here we go. They hit it and move out like a late break. Oh, there he is right there. Do the other states like Texas, Louisiana, Mississippi, and Florida put out attractors like Alabama does?
Yeah. There's all across the Gulf, artificial reefs are very popular. That's a 20-pounder right there.
Got him. Whoa, what a fish.
Dang, that is a beautiful
Look at
one.
this fish here. Hello. Look at that. Oh, boy, boy.
Bill, they don't get no better than that.
The Bill Dance Question and Answer of the Week, brought to you by Bill Dance Exclusive Rods by Quantum. Whether you're fishing for panfish, bass, catfish, or light saltwater, we have the action for you. Available at Bass Pro Shops and Cabela's.
I'll get him with his ego.
What? Wait, I don't have an ego.
I do. It's his ego S2 slider landing net that'll reach out there and get them with a handle that extends from 23 to 60 inches. Hey, that's 5 feet. She's got a rubber-coated knotless mesh net that helps protect the scales, fins, and slime on the fish's body.
Today's show is sponsored in part by Millennium Marine, a new class of comfort, and by Explore Florida's Space Coast, Countdown to Adventure. Closed captioning provided by The Bill Dance Store. Check us out online. Today's product tip is brought to you by Garmin and their GPS map series, chart plotter sonar combos with their advanced sonar technology, like Panoptic's Live Scope all-seeing sonar. You'll spend less time finding your fish.
I learned a long time ago that you're only as good as the people you work with, and you only perform well if you use the best equipment possible. That's why I've always tried to associate myself with good folks and good stuff. Consider this 225 Pro XS Mercury Optimax that helps me make a living. What can I say about this old gal? She's always dependable, totally reliable, and she's always ready to go when I am.
Come be part of Bill Dance Digital. Join us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. Follow us.
Look at Mike. He's got a fish on again. Time I turn around, that man has got a fish on.
I may have the tax man.
The tax man. Those things do nothing but just eat up stuff. He's back around this way now.
Yep.
Oh, I saw that. He stripped about 40 feet of line quicker than a minute and jump a dipper. Why is it people like to fish for snappers?
Because they are good to eat, they're plentiful, they're beautiful.
And they like to fight, don't they?
Yep.
You get into them, they give you a good fight, right?
Yeah, you get a big one, they will.
If I touch the leader, would it be a
I
caught
see
fish?
it. Looks like an amberjack.
It's what?
Big amberjack. How about that? Uh-oh.
What an amberjack.
Just another fish you can catch when you're snapper fishing. There's reef fish of all sorts on these reefs.
Man, I'm gonna tell you what, look at that thing. It's just as smooth as just glass.
Yeah.
It's like you just put oil on one glass.
Yeah.
How much will that one weigh?
35.
Thereabout.
Yeah. Let's put him down with that sequelizer.
There we go, we got him. This big old girl back in the water. I tell you what, we've had a great day.
Yeah.
Every time I've been down there, we set out, whatever we set out to do, we've done.
Yeah.
And this was a trip that we caught little fish, but we caught them on light tackle.
Yeah.
And it felt like catching big fish.
Right.
We matched the tackle to the size of the fish we were fishing for. Of course, we didn't match it to that fish.
No, we did.
But that was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
But I want you to know how much I appreciate you taking the time to bring me out here and to do what we've done so many times before, to catch a lot of fish.
Well, thank you, Bill. I appreciate you too, and I just want to show folks that you know, there's a lot more than just one species of fish out here when you go fishing.
Oh, yeah.
You never know what you're going to catch.
No, you never do know what you're going to catch, but it's been a fun trip, and I thank you so much for sharing another day with me.
Well, thank you.
But so if you're ever planning a trip, make plans to come to see Mike here in Orange Beach, Alabama. It's something you can do, and like I say, Mike Rowell can make it happen. A trip on the Annie Girl is a trip that it's just, you know, I've said this lots of times. The Annie Girl makes it happen. And this 62-foot boat, you can, if it's cold, you can go inside and stay warm. If it's hot, you can go inside and stay cool. If it's during the fall, you can watch a football game. You can watch Tennessee beat Alabama. Oh, he doesn't like that. Golly, he doesn't like that.
Stranger things have happened.
Stranger things. Alabama loses. I'll tell you what, he has to go to bed for 2 days.
By myself.
Yeah, oh yeah, that's right. But
Couldn't have done it with John and Ann Stokes either.
oh, John and
Without
Ann
me.
Stokes, that's right.
Good people.
Did John name this boat after the Annie Girl?
After Ann. Yeah.
After Ann.
That's what he calls her.
The Annie Girl is a great vessel, I guarantee.
We're mighty blessed.
Yeah. So next week at this same time, come join us. Thanks so much for tuning in, and we'll see you then. Thank you, buddy. Enjoyed
Thank
being
you.
with you again.
Thank you, Bill.
We'll see you.
We hope you've enjoyed Bill Dance Saltwater and learned that you can do this. Yes, you can do this. Please join us right here next week.